read it again for me?
How do we support an answer agreement with evidence from the text?
Argument with evidence from the text, right. So you guys have been practicing writing answers to respond to questions about your text, but we always want you to include evidence. That's so important. And I've noticed that when you guys are writing, sometimes you forget to do that. So we're going to focus on that today. We're going to focus on writing and using evidence from the text. Okay? So, oftentimes, look up there guys, oftentimes we see questions like this. According to the article, would a polar bear be comfortable in a warm climate? Explain your answer. So, if you need to explain your answer, what do you think that means you need to do?
You go back to the passage.
Yeah, and you got to find what?
The evidence.
Absolutely. Okay, what about this one? Is the character, and who's seen the Jack the Giant Slayer, the new movie that came out? Is the character of Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk a hero? Why or why not? What do you think this part means? What do we need to find?
Evidence.
We have to find the evidence, guys. We have to find the evidence. So, if we find the evidence, then we're going to answer the question the right way. What this means is you have to support your answer with evidence from the text. You have to support it with evidence from the text. Alright, evidence. What does evidence mean? Evidence is proof that shows something to be a fact or true. It supports the case. If it's written in red, what do we do? So what's written in red over here, guys?
Evidence.
Evidence and supports the case. Right? Yes, Isaac.
When the thing said evidence supports the case, it's like what lawyers do to help the clients to go to jail, yes or no?
Nice. That's right. What did you say? It's like what? Like
It's
voodoo?
like what lawyers help people that think that people think they did crimes, or they like support them so they cannot go to jail like that.
Oh, wow.
They get cases.
Wow. Well, you're right. But before we have lawyers to argue the case, we first have to act like detectives. We have to find it. Written in red, guys, right? So you're going to have to find the evidence. That's red? I do have another pen. Jordan, you're being generous today, bud? Did he give you one? No? I have another one. Alright. So, you're going to find it like a detective. Like you're Sherlock Holmes. Okay? You're going to find the evidence, and then what are we going to do? We're going to present it. You're going to present it like a lawyer. You see this guy right here? He has his evidence. He's showing it to the jury. And we just did the whole study on the Bill of Rights, Sixth Amendment, trial by jury. He's showing the evidence right here, guys. That's what you have to do. You have to present your evidence. Okay? So, everybody's doing a great job writing it down. Support the case. Find it. Present it. Right. Find it. Present it. Okay? Find it. Present it. You got it? Good. Find it. Present it. Awesome. Alright. So, before we get into our story, okay, we're going to be reading a story today. There's some vocabulary words that you guys need to know. So look up here. 5 vocabulary words. Alright? The vocabulary is from the tale of Meshka the Kvetch. Everybody say Kvetch.
Kvetch.
Everybody say Kvetch.
Kvetch.
Alright. So, what the heck is a Kvetch? It's a complainer. This guy's complaining. Complain, right. There's another word, Yiddish. Yiddish is a language. Just like English is a language, just like Spanish is a language, Chinese is a language, Yiddish is a language. All these languages right here. Cool, right? Wall of Jericho. In the Bible, there's this big wall around an old city. This is the Wall of Jericho right here. You guys can see it. And then a rabbi, it's just like a Jewish priest. Okay? That's what a rabbi is, a Jewish priest. Alright? You might have seen rabbis walking around New York City. It's a pretty common sight. Especially in our neighborhood. We see quite a few rabbis around here. And then finally, dilemma is a difficult situation or problem. So when you have a dilemma, you want to go like this. have 4 questions. These are the 4 questions. Question number 1. Can I give you an extra? Oh, okay, thank you. Question number 1. Is Meshka, it's a woman's name, is Meshka a happy person at the beginning of the story? We have to explain our answer. Okay? Question number 2. What did Meshka think about her home at the beginning of the story? Show how you know. What do you think that means we have to do, Joe?
You have to go back into the passage.
We do. We have to find what, Isaac?
Evidence.
We do. We have to find the evidence. All right. Number 3. Is the rabbi, well, what's a rabbi star? Know what a rabbi was? Anybody? Remind a star what a rabbi is about?
A Jewish priest.
That's right. Jewish priest. We've seen him around the neighborhood. A rabbi is a Jewish priest. Is the rabbi important to the story? Why or why not? And then, number 4, does Meshka change during the story? Support your answer with evidence from the text. Alright? So, does this Meshka change, Robert? We have to figure it out. We have to find evidence from the text. Alright? Here we go. Tell Meshka the Kadesh. Here we go. So what you're going to do is, I have the text typed up here. Alright? And they have the pictures are going to be up here. So you can follow along. As I'm reading, you're going to follow along to try, and we're going to try to find answers to those tests, to those questions. What?
Why does he have pumpkins for?
Well, we're going to find out. They're not pumpkins. When you pay attention, you'll find out what it is. Okay? Alright. Meshka. The Tale of Meshka the Kadesh. By Carol Chapman. Pictures by Arnold Lowell. Here we go. In the small village of Kemer lived Meshka, who was considered by all to be the village Kadesh. Now, Kadesh is a Yiddish word for complainer. And that's just what Meshka did. Complain from morning till night. Nothing was right. When the baker would ask her how she was feeling, Meshka would say,
"Oy vey! My back! It feels as if I've carried the wall of Jericho itself. And my feet, let me tell you, they are swollen to the size of melons."
Then the baker would shake his head from side to side. When the dressmaker would ask how her children were, Meshka would say,
Oy vey! My son, he does nothing but read and sit around the house like a bump on a kosher pickle. And my daughter, she only visits me once a month. It's as if I don't exist the other 29 days.
Then the dressmaker would shake her head from side to side. And when the rabbi would ask Meshka how her home was, Meshka would say,
Oy vey! If only it were a home, but it's more like a box. Why, my late husband couldn't have built a larger house, I'll never know.
Then the rabbi would shake his head from side to side. And so it would go. No matter who was listening, Meshka had something to complain about. She's not very happy right now.
No.
Hope you guys are paying attention to the beginning. There's a couple questions through the beginning, verse 2. Now, on one particular morning, Meshka woke up and looked to the heavens and said,
If only I could have the strength to bear another miserable day.
and as she spoke, her tongue itched. Not an ordinary itch, but a weird, tingly kind of itch. What is this itch? Said Meshka, crossing her eyes and trying to look at her tongue. So she's doing this, guys. Doesn't really work very well. Alright. She could see nothing unusual, so she went into the kitchen and prepared breakfast. Then she called her son, but he did not come.
Such a lazy boy, said Meshka, like a bump on a kosher pickle.
Meshka went to her son's room. He was nowhere to be seen. But there, on the bed, was a huge green pickle with one big bump on it. Meshka gasped at the sight. Then she searched the house for her son, but she could not find him. What do you think might have happened?
Maybe when she told that, like the baker or the lady told him that his son doesn't do nothing, it's like a bump on a pickle, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe what she said was true and he turned to a pickle.
Raise your hand if you agree with what Isaac just said. Looks like everybody's agreeing with you, Isaac. Alright, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright.
Where could he be in this little box of a house?
Meshka wondered aloud, and at that her house groaned and creaked and began to shrink. Soon it was so small that Meshka's head was poking out the front door and her legs were sticking out the windows. Meshka was frantic, but she screamed and kicked until she had wiggled free. You have a comment? What?
I think her house was small because when she said that her husband cannot build a bigger house and it feels like a box, and it like shrank because boxes are kind of small.
Okay. All right. I've got to see my daughter and tell her of these strange things, Panameshka, as she ran through the village. If she remembers her mama, she added. When she reached her daughter's home, she knocked on the door. If she remembers her mama. Let's see what happens, guys. Yes? What is it, old woman? Said her daughter, opening the door. Oh my gosh, what just happened, Robert?
That her daughter doesn't know that that's her mother.
What is it, old woman? Asked Meshka. I'm your mama. I'm your mama. You're not my mama, said her daughter. She closed the door. Star?
I think what Isaac said was true because she said that her daughter only comes to visit her once a month. It's like she doesn't even remember her, and now she doesn't remember her.
Yeah. So what's been happening, guys? What's been happening with as she's been speaking? What's been happening as she's been speaking? Abel, you haven't said much today. What do you think's happening as she's saying stuff?
Is that when her daughter visits her once a month, the 29 days she doesn't come. She doesn't visit her.
Okay, but you think she actually forgot her mom, or do you think because it's what she's been saying that her daughter has forgotten her? I think you gotta wait a second. Okay, but just let Abel speak.
First one, she forgot her mom.
You think she actually forgot who her mom was? If you hadn't seen your mom for 29 days, do you think you'd forget?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, if you didn't see her for 29 days, you probably would.
Wait.
Robert wants to say something. I'm coming to you now.
I think that every time the woman says something, it becomes true. I give it Robert because all her complaints are coming true to teach her lessons.
Oh, lesson, huh? I think there's a lesson here. Well, let's find out. Meshka was dumbfounded. What is happening? She explained, clutching at her heart. Isn't it enough that I'm not well, that my back aches as if I were carrying the wall of Jericho itself, that my feet are swollen like melons? At those words, Meshka's feet became 10-pound melons. She lost her balance and rolled to the ground, and as she fell, a huge wall appeared, pinning her down. And there she lay, for a good hour, moaning over her dilemma. Suddenly, Meshka heard a voice. And how is your home? Meshka looked up and saw the rabbi smiling down at her. Oh, Rabbi, cried Meshka. Let me tell you what just happened. The rabbi listened as Meshka told him of her latest troubles. When she had finished, the rabbi shook his head from side to side. I have heard of such cases, he said. Did your tongue itch a strange itch of this morning? Did it? It did. Yes, Meshka exclaimed. The rabbi shook his head. I'm afraid you have the kvetch's itch. The what? Asked Meshka. The kvetch's itch, repeated the rabbi. It happens rarely and only to kvetch, and it causes everything the kvetch complains about to come true. Oh, they, cried Meshka. I have caused these things to happen with my own words. How can this itch be cured? It cannot be, said the rabbi. You will have it for the rest of your life. At hearing this, Meshka let out a mournful wail. However, said the rabbi, raising a finger, if you praise the good in your life, these problems you mentioned will cease. Meshka frowned, thinking about what the rabbi had said. She didn't know how to praise because she had never done it before. Very well, Rabbi, said Meshka. I will try. She cleared her throat and began. My son, who is lazy, no, said the rabbi quickly, praise your son. So Meshka started again. My son, who is good, yes, cried the rabbi. Go on. He reads to seek knowledge, continued Meshka. My house is snug and well built. I am lucky that my daughter, who is busy with her own family, visits me once a month. I am grateful that I am living and in good health for a woman of my years. At these words, the wall disappeared. Meshka's feet became feet again, and Meshka's daughter opened the door of her house. Mama, she said, I was just coming to visit you. When Meshka returned to her home, she found it just as her husband had built it. And when she went into her son's room, there he was, reading a book and smelling a bit like pickle juice. And from that day on, whenever Meshka would start to complain and say, Oi, they, she quickly said instead, things are good and I am happy. And soon, she was.
I have a question. What does this her son look like? He's 21 years old and still living with her.
It's a good question. That's probably something that she complains about, right? All right, so now what you're going to do is, as you're looking through the text, you're going to underline. You're going to find the answer to the text, and you're going to underline it. Now, when you underline, what do you think you should put next to what you underline? Dar.
The number of the person.
Nice job. That's right. The number of the question. The number of the question. All right, so let's look. All right, let's review the first question. Meshka, happy person, beginning of the story, explain your answer. All right, let's look at this first page here. Look at that first page, and let's read it right now, and try to find if she is happy. Is she a happy person? Is in the small village of Hemer lived Meshka, who is considered by all to be the village kvetch. Now, kvetch is the Yiddish word for complainer, and that's just what Meshka did, complained. From morning till night, nothing was right. All right, so is she a complainer?
Yes.
All right, let's see. Underline in that page where it shows that she is not a happy person at the beginning of the story. Underline where on that page, it's right here, Jordan, where on that page shows that she is or is not a happy person at the beginning of the story. Coming around. So underline. Where do you think you found it? Whoa, that's quite a few. Good job. Coming around. Underline where she sounds like she's not. She either is happy or she isn't happy. Right here in page 1. All right. All right. So, looking up here, give me something that somebody underlined. Raise your hand if you've underlined something you think you're ready to share. You got a good idea what it is. Robert, what did you underline?
Malkovich is a Yiddish word for complainer, and that's just what Meshka did.
All right, yeah. She was considered by all to be the village kvetch, and you said that that's the word for complainer. And what did she do from morning till night? Nothing was right, right? Nothing was right from morning till night. All right, so, is Meshka a happy person? No. Meshka is not a happy person at the beginning of the story. Is it in red, guys? It is. The entire village considered her the kvetch or complainer. To her, nothing was right. I find the answer, I underline it. I find the answer, I underline it. And I write down the evidence. I write down the answer, and I give my evidence. So do that right now.
Sure.
She's not a happy person. She's a miserable person. I would not like to live. Yeah, grumpy is a good word. I would not like to live with Meshka at all. I think that would be a terrible thing.
That'll be worse. That'll be worse than
What'd you say, Star?
Now I know why her daughter doesn't make this anymore.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why do you think the daughter doesn't only visits her once a month?
Because she doesn't want to hear complain. Oh, why?
If she was less complaining, do you think the daughter might visit her more often?
Yes.
Probably, right? Yeah, probably.
She's like my aunt who complains mostly for everything.
She's like,
She complains the games are because things like that.
Okay. Yeah, now watch your spelling. Okay? Don't copy down so fast that you misspell the words. You're not a happy person. Right at the beginning of the story. Right there. Person at the
There's a theater for some reason I don't feel good.
who's that?
For some reason I don't feel that good.
Oh, okay. I think you were a little sick from yesterday. Remember you were sick yesterday? Still a little bit from yesterday. Alright. Make sure your name's on it, though. Okay? Make sure your name's on your paper. Okay.
Interior.
Entire?
Oh.
The entire village, the whole thing. The whole thing. Right. Finished, Jordan? Let me see. How we doing? Oh, nothing is right. You tired, bud? Pick up your head. Alright. Let's do one more question. One more from the 4. We'll do the other 2 tomorrow. Okay? Alright. Put your pencils down when you're done writing so I know you're finished. Yeah. Finished tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday.
Monday. Finish it on Monday.
Alright. Alright. 30 more seconds. You can do it. Okay. Do you know when you need to go to nurse, you think? Yeah? Alright. We'll say it later, okay? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Her lunch time is right now. I know. Bogus mistakes. Alright, we'll figure it out.
In 2 minutes she's coming back.
Yeah. No, I think, is it? Yeah, I think you're right. So maybe in a couple minutes. We'll send you like 5, okay?
1 more minute.
Alright. We want to give her time to get back. Alright. Nothing was right. The entire village considered a kvetch or complainer. To her, nothing was right. Alright, we're going to move on. Alright? You get it later. Okay? Alright. This is some more. So what did she complain about? Her back? What else?
That her daughter lives with her,
Well-
only with her once a month, and her brother, and her son doesn't do nothing, that he only beats, and he's like a big one of them.
Yeah. Well, we're just talking about her body. Yeah. So we got her back, her feet, her son, like I just said. And who else? Her daughter, right? And what else? Her house. Like everything was bad. She complained about her back, her feet, her son, and her daughter. All right.
Wait a minute,
Now.
and her house.
Yeah, and her house. Right. Well, this is actually specifically about her house. What did Neshma think about her home at the beginning of the story? How do you know? Okay. Work with the people at the table. Use the page. Find the page from the passage. Okay. Find it. What did she think about her house? Try to find it. Okay. Try to find it. What did she think about her house? I'm gonna send you about 2 more minutes. Okay. Well, find it.
No, I already know.
I want you to go back though, because you get a little too overconfident and then you start misselling things and make mistakes.
No, that I do know.
I believe that you think you know, but I want you to go back.
I do know.
All right,
I don't
then if you know,
do.
then find it. And underline it and show it to me. All right? Work with the people at your table. Help each other out. Where is it? Here's your big hint, guys. What page is it on, Robert? Page 5, right. So, this is your big hint right here, guys. Page 5, right here. Find it. What does she think about her house? What does she think about her house, guys? Help each other out. Did you find it? Find it. You gotta underline it first. Guys, don't forget the pattern. What do we do first? We underline, and then we number it, and then we write it down. So what number, guys, let's find what are you gonna put next to it? what should we put next to it, Jordy?
Number 2.
2, right. Good, good, good. So it's page 5, but once we find it in question on page 5, we put a 2 next to it. Right. Seems like Robert's ready. Thumbs up if you're ready. Share. Alright, Star's got it. Joe's ready. Isaac is, despite being sick. You're such a trooper. And Jordy, I think it's contagious. Isaac must be contagious because Jordy's moving his head down too. Alright, here we go. Let's see. What did you guys underline? What did you underline, Robert?
We didn't underline.
They've only where a home,
He does
but it's more like a box.
Say it again.
If only it was a home, but it's more like a box.
Yeah, right. Thought our house was too small. She compared our house to a box. She kept asking us, so why our house is going to build a larger house? Exactly, guys. So you got it. You gave me the idea. You got to go back to the passage. You put a number 2? She said it was more like a box. Put a 2. Oh, you did? Is that a 2? All right. All right, 2. Let me see your 2. Is that your 2? Is that your 2? All right. Awesome. All right. So, in conclusion, let's continue writing this down. What do we do when we have to answer a question and they ask us to explain the answer? What do we have to find? Joe?
Explain that mean like why.
Okay, so what do we have to go do when we learn
Go
the
back
next
to the
one?
passage and explain why she did something. Why he did
Exactly. So what is that we're looking for? What are we trying to find? Star?
Evidence.
Yeah. Wow, Star got short hair. Evidence, that's right. And we're going to act like a detective first. We're going to find it. Then we're going to underline it. We're going to put the number of the question next to it so we know how to do with that question, right? And then we're going to present it. We're going to present it like Isaac said. What did you say, Isaac? We have to present it like we're
Like lawyers.
Exactly like lawyers. Awesome job, guys. We'll finish this up tomorrow.
Monday. That's tomorrow.
Monday.
That's very
Right.
like.
We're going to continue on tomorrow. Monday. We're going to continue. All right. All right. As soon as you have that written down, I'm going to send you to the nurse to begin the drill. Okay? Finish writing it down. Got it. And then you'll be done. All right? All right. Excellent job. Husband, yeah, her husband.
Imagine erase the H-U-S, it's gonna say band.
That's absolutely true. That is true.
Band. So she's gonna ban out over her house.
Band been out of the house.
Yeah, well, did they mention the husband at all?
Yes.
Did they show the husband at all? You're right, they mentioned it.
Yes.
So what might have happened to the husband?
He may not live with her anymore.
Well, yeah, that could be.
Because he doesn't want her to go out her house.
That's true. Say it again. He might have done what? That's true. It could have moved away, or it could have died, right? It could be, she could be with us. Right.
I think he's living with his daughter.
Hey.
I think he's living with his daughter because her daughter. I think he's living with his daughter because, like what Star said, that her daughter cannot stand her screaming. But I just need to say one thing. How could her son handle it?
Oh, I was going to
How could you?
Very tolerant, right? All he does is read. Maybe it's because he doesn't like putting up with her. He doesn't want to help her out.
Maybe he has like headphones in there to hear.
Maybe the father hates the boy and the mother likes the daughter. Hates the daughter.
So, from now on, guys, whenever we answer a question, what are you going to use to support?
Evidence.
That's right. I hope you do, guys. You're gonna get 3s and 4s on a state test. Bless you. Wow.
That was a lot. He's contagious.
I'm gonna pick up your face and then put it back on your body. Are you alright? Let's send you to the nurse, okay? Alright. You guys finished up? Then we're gonna go back next door. Jordy, you're finished, right? You can go back next door. Go ahead.
No. Oh, Joe.